Hello, everyone. Welcome to our reading today. We are using the gold rose colored tarot. So this is a new deck I just recently bought. It has like a foil uh, box with a magnetic connection. It's a really nice box. It says, "Let's share the world of tarot happily." So I'm not really sure how I feel about this deck. I don't know. It's very shiny. It's very pretty, very shiny. I liked it on the review because it was so shiny and I thought, "Oh, that's so pretty." But I think it's more of like a doing a reading on yourself versus doing a reading on others, like as far as like online, because it's kind of hard um to read the cards, I think, on camera. Maybe it's just me, but it feels like the cards are just very slippery. Like they're very slippery and foily. And so let me know in the comments if you have this deck, what you think of it. I think it's cool that the cards are very easily like shuffled and things, but they're like a little bit hard to hold on to. So, and you know, you win some, you lose some when you order cards. Um, Sometimes you don't know until you buy them if you're going to like them or not. So, I mean, I like them, but it's an interesting it's an like I think I have to use them quite a while to get used to them, if that makes sense. Like I feel like, because they like kind of stick together. So, I don't know. Um, Maybe for in-person readings. But I'm going to use the deck just to get some more energy out of it because I haven't used it in a while. All right, let's take a look at what we have for your guidance message today. So, our first card is Knight of Cups. So, you are being, with the Knight of Cups, this message is reminding you that you want to make sure that you are pouring into yourself so that you are able to give to others correctly, right? You don't want to be to the point where you're so stressed out that you might snap at somebody unexpectedly, or you might say something that truly isn't your true self, right? So this is reminding you to be considerate and balanced, but most of all, like take time for yourself because that's where your balance comes in. You might be like one of these people where if you don't have time for yourself, then you kind of feel agitated, right? So this is reminding you to make sure that you're pouring into this cup, but then pouring into your cup, pouring into this cup, but then pouring into your cup. Like, make sure that you're giving to yourself at the same time. And it doesn't have to be extravagant, it could just simply mean if there's something that you really want to do, make sure that you take the time to do it. Okay. You are a very generous person. You have done a lot of work on yourself, but make sure that you allow other people to do the work that they need to do on themselves. You want to make sure that you are teaching, but you're also not taking the taking their journey as your own, like taking their emotions onto yourself. Taking how do I want to say that? Like you can teach, but you have to know that the person receiving is the one that makes the ultimate choice. Okay, so this is kind of like don't allow your emotions to get um, wrapped up in somebody else's choices, right? So do your part, but stay grounded. Remind yourself that you worked really hard to find your balance, to find your wisdom within you, and to get where you are, and that you're not going to give that away freely. So keep yourself in a place where you feel like you understand your emotions and that you feel like you can can listen, can give advice, can teach, but you can also allow the person to make those choices that they need to make on their own, Right? So that's what I feel like with there. Like you're a great leader, but sometimes you might be an empathetic person, and being a great leader is important, but at the same time sometimes you might absorb too much of another person's energy and you try too hard, and therefore they're not trying on the level that they should be trying on, and you're feeling that and you're anxious, or your anxiety kicks in because of that. This is reminding you that you are a great leader, you've done a lot of work, but you need to support yourself and your emotions, and you need to make sure that you are checking in to make sure that you're balanced and you're not absorbing. Okay, your next card is Six of Swords. Okay, so for this one here, you like the cups is about like sharing, right? And the swords is kind of about like protection, right? So the Six of Swords is reminding you that some things you just can't change. Some people just they choose not to change, and that's okay. That's their path, that is their journey, right? But it doesn't mean that you have to be a part of that. It doesn't mean that you have to suffer along with this person because this person chooses not to do the work that would help them get where they need to be, right? Some of you, I feel like you've got people around you that want you to do the work for them, and in all reality, you can't do the work for them because that's not going to help them at all on their path. It's just going to drain you on yours, and it's just going to leave them empty in the end, anyways. If you're doing the work for them, then they're not learning anything. So in the end, it's going to mean nothing anyhow. So for this situation, I feel like for some of you, you're going to have to make that ultimate decision of what is best for you. What do you need to move away from? You know, do you need um, to take on a new journey, to try a new path, right? For some of you, it might be starting a family and moving away from your current situation, right? Maybe changing jobs, maybe moving from the city to the suburbs. For some of you, it might be moving away from toxic family members or toxic dynamics of certain family rules or behaviors. So for some of you, this is definitely like, it feels like this is like a father figure or a man coming in and like moving the situation to another area, right? So I feel like this could be like a family, just like they're done, they're moving away, right? Um, if you can't, if you can't, uh, how do I want to say that? If you can't allow the energy to to be as it is because it's too toxic basically for your body, right? So like for example, maybe you're okay with people being however they want to be, but your body can't handle the energy. Your body, your mind can't handle those choices of that particular person. Then you may need to make the decision that you need to move from this situation, right? Toxicity can be many different things. It doesn't have to be a bad relationship or a bad job or bad people. It could just be things that just don't resonate with you, that make it hard for you to continue doing the things that make you happy. Right. So it might be okay for somebody else. It might be okay for many other people, but for you, it might be out of alignment. And your body will tell you this, right? And there's some sadness and emotions here. So you may need to take time to heal from this situation. You may need to take time to concentrate about what you need to do next. There might be some planning here. It feels like there's some planning going on here. For some of you, you may be removed from this situation by the universe. I feel like for some of you, like your angels or the divine is coming in and they're removing you from this situation. You are being spiritually protected, and you're going to be removed from this situation because it is not helping you. It's not emotionally supporting you, right? So, and for others, you might have support coming in where maybe you're in a situation where you need the support and the help, and someone might come in to help you move into the direction that you need to be, right? So this might be an unidentified person, just someone who's willing to help you find the resources and uh, find the road that you truly need in order to get to a better state of being, right? But this is definitely telling you that something has to come to an end. Something has to change on your path, right? And it's a good thing because where you are, you're it's just not serving you anymore. So you're being reminded that it's time for you to make these choices. You may have felt it coming, and this is just your confirmation that it is definitely time. Or maybe you're starting to go in that direction, and this is your confirmation that you are going on the right path. You are on the right path, and to continue doing what you're doing. Yeah, it seems like you're blocked, but you can still take a step. So, Eight of Swords, we have another Swords. So, this is reminding you that you can't see, like with this one, there's swords protecting, right? There's swords on the boat, but she's still able to get up and get out because the back is still open. Okay, these swords are protecting anything from coming in, while the bat because she's got her back to this person, and this person is protecting her back and getting her away from the situation, or his back and getting them away from the situation. And the swords, you're not stuck in this situation. See this as protection. Okay, try to change your thought process and know that where you are going is going to be a better outcome. Okay, it might seem scary now and it might not feel like it now, but it truly is. You can't see the future, just like here she or he, whoever is sitting in the boat, they can't see what's over here yet. They haven't gotten there yet, right? You can see between the swords, but you can't truly see what's there. And it's kind of like the same thing with this one, right? Like she is unable to see that if she would just start walking, she's wide open spaces, okay? So the blocks aren't necessarily blocks. These are things that you can move through. It's just the awareness isn't there. You might be dealing with your emotions. You might be dealing with a certain situation right now that's kind of pulling you out of your true balance, or out of your trust in the universe, and you might just be like a little bit like um, up in your thoughts and worrying, and you're not truly seeing the situation for how it truly is. So this card is reminding you to come back to your heart space, let go of the fears, trust everything's working out for your highest good. Deal with your emotions as they come. Do not suppress them, because if you suppress them, then it is going to be like a can of worms. When they finally get to the top, they're just going to explode, and you don't want to like have a meltdown. So don't suppress your emotions as they come. Honor them, address them, deal with them, and set with them. Set with them and ask yourself, why do I feel this way? Um, is it because I'm scared? Is it because of fear? Or is there truth to my emotions, to my feelings, right? And then you want to see how you are looking at the situation. Are you looking at it from a fear base? Are you looking at it from an emotional situation? Or are you looking at it from a true, authentic energy, right? Because that's important too, is to know how you're looking at something. There's a lot of changes here with these cards. There's a lot of like, it took you a while to get to this energy. It took you a while to finally get strong enough to say, I'm doing me, and, I'll help you, but if you're not going to help yourself, like, I can't. Like, this is where I stop. This is where I draw the line. These are my boundaries. It took you quite a while to get here. And then you're kind of like in this whole, well, this doesn't serve me, so I need to start accepting it instead of making excuses or fantasizing that it's this, that, or whatever. I need to accept it for what it truly is, right? And now you're into the, scary phase of change is very scary. Sometimes change, um, when we don't know what to expect next, it is very hard to trust the unknown, right? So this is reminding you that freedom is in choices. And when you go to make choices, just think about what kind of choices are you making and how is it affecting your freedom within you and around you? And what can you do to help take the illusion away from the situation so that you can see how it is truly here to help you and to help you move into a new state of being and happiness. Right? You want to make sure that you are constantly working with the universe in a way that is balanced and has like a child and a parent trust kind of energy. The universe responds with from gratitude. When you give gratitude, you receive, right? The universe wants you to be happy, but what you put out, the energy you put out, tells the universe where your level is. So with this one here, you really want to look at yourself. You really want to look at how you're understanding things. You really want to try to connect with what your blocks are, what your fears are, and talk to the universe. Tell the universe, this is my fears, because the universe already knows your fears. The universe already knows. It just wants to know if you know. That's the question that the universe has for you is are you aware of your own true feelings? The universe knows your true feelings, but are you aware of it? And what can you ask the universe to help you do so that you can move through these fears and feel better about the path that you are being asked to move on? Okay, so I hope this has helped you, and thank you so much for stopping by. Have a wonderful day, and I will see you in the next one. Let me know what you think about this deck. I'd love to have your comments. Okay, talk to you later. Bye.